going through the shit can be. Put yourself in the shit is the best medicine I can tell anyone. Doesn't matter whether you fucking win or lose. Peter. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Okay, today we're going to be talking about a news article I've read here recently. 3 ways to spot a roach in your dating life. So, guys, we're back with some of these. I know I do some of these episodes every now and then. And I do like to go through some of these news articles because some of them I do believe, some of them I don't believe, some of them I think they're crazy, some of them are making very logical sense. But most of all, the reason why we're going through these, guys, is because I want to make sure that these people out here are, if there's a bad news article, I don't want them fucking brainwashing people. You know, and by the way, when I say that, I'm not saying that people are stupid and they believe everything, if you know what I mean. You know, like I'm not trying to preach here, hey guys, I'll tell you the truth. You know what I mean? I'm not coming with that angle. I just want to make sure that, you know, like, because we can all fall for things every now and then, and especially if we read it on a news article or if we see it on YouTube or TV, we might go, even myself, we might go, oh, that could be real actually, yeah. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, I would like to go through this today and hopefully it helps and hopefully we'll get something out of this. So, what they mean by roaching. Roaching, they're saying here, roaching is a term used to describe the act of concealing one's involvement with multiple individuals from a new romantic partner. It's not exactly cheating, but rather intentionally keeping your romantic life shrouded in secrecy. Jesus. It's not exactly cheating. Well, if you got a new romantic partner, you see, you could have a boyfriend or girlfriend who's still your romantic partner. Like, we all know this. Your husband or wife can be a romantic partner. So, you see, this is a very vague part here now. And to be fair, I've read some of this and some of them have good logic, or some of the points here in this article, some of them are good and logical, some are just wow. But anyway, well, let's keep going. So, okay, guys, so we've established what roaching is, right? Where do they get these fucking words, man? Why don't you just say a player? Like, if a girl had a new romantic partner and she's dating other people and she wants to keep it secret, well, it's still being a fucking player. If a guy was the same, it'd still be a fucking player. This whole culture shit, man, I'm telling you. Roaching. I mean, who made this up? Who invented this? Roaching. Good God. What's next? Seriously. God. Okay, let's keep moving on. So it keeps going. Identify roaching in a potential partner can be challenging, but there are warning signs. These include, don't we know this already? Like, even before I even get into the points, this is the same thing as people are cheating on you, or they're literally going out and just playing the field, being a player. So, like, roaching is something new? No, it's not, asshole. You've just given it a new fucking name. Now it's new because you're saying it's new. And you're bringing up old points. But, okay. See, okay. Point number 1, secretive behavior. Your partner is hesitant to reveal details about their personal life, especially regarding other potential romantic interests. Hang on, let me just get this straight. Your partner. Key word here, your partner. Now again, guys, like I'm saying, your partner could be your husband or wife, or your boyfriend, girlfriend, or somebody you're dating, somebody you're seeing, whatever you call it. But what? This doesn't make sense to me, guys. This doesn't add up here. It's kind of contradicting itself, isn't it? Or am I have I lost my mind reading this already? And I've only started this article. Oh my God. Guys, I'm trying to make sense of this. Like, let's just go back before this brilliant new word, roaching, has come to this planet. Your partner's hesitant to reveal details about their personal life. Well, I don't care whether you're dating somebody, you're going out with somebody, you got a boyfriend, girlfriend, you got a husband, wife. if somebody's hesitant to reveal their details about their personal life, well, no, you see, that's the thing. If you've got a girlfriend or boyfriend, right, let's just go with the kind of the bare minimum of being a partner with somebody. If they're hesitant about revealing details about their personal life, don't you think that's a huge fucking red flag? And don't you think that relationship's gonna actually, like, crash and burn within 5 minutes? I mean, guys and girls, I've spoken quite a lot, as you know, about one of my exes that was a lesbian. I mean, she was very cagey about her personal life. And you know what? It didn't last very long. So, like, you're not going to get away with this. And, like, and especially when they say, especially regarding other potential romantic interests. You see, this is either you're a swinger or you're in an open relationship, which, by the way, is 100% I don't give a fuck. No one gives a fuck. If you've got a relationship like that, go ahead. There's no problem here. I think this is a very confusing news article. Okay, bullet point 2. Lack of commitment. They avoid discussions about exclusivity or commitment, leaving you in a state of uncertainty. Okay, so it's now starting to unfold here, guys, right? So obviously if they're on about exclusivity or commitment, so that's not a partner, so, right? Right? So if you're with somebody, guys, hang on, let's just get this straight, all right? If let's say you're dating somebody and they avoid discussions about exclusivity or commitment. Okay, so that means that you're not boyfriend, girlfriend, you're obviously not married because they're avoiding the topic of exclusivity. So you haven't got to that stage yet, but they're your partner. You see, I don't know where this partner... Maybe I'm getting fucked up in my head over this partner business. But okay. And guys, if they do, that's a huge red flag. Obviously, avoiding the topic of exclusivity. You know? And guys, you know, I think I would say this. If you're with somebody and they're a genius at, like, sidestepping the exclusivity chat, right? And you're so fucking baffled and confused when you come out the door that you don't know where you are, and you don't know where you stand. Like, if they're interested in you, okay, and they're not there yet. So let's say you are a guy or girl and you're dating somebody here, right? And let's say, for example, you've fallen in love with them. Now, are they there yet? Who knows? Or maybe not necessarily you fall in love with them, but you're really crazy about them, but you want to have it exclusive. Now, if the other person isn't ready for exclusivity yet, it doesn't mean that they're seeing other people, they're just like still just taking it easy. And like I said here, guys, it doesn't mean that they're dating other people, right? In normal world here. So if you got to that stage where, like, if they really like you and they're sort of seeing that, hey, you know, this could go somewhere here. Let's say if it was me, right? Now, let's say Peter was completely committed. I want exclusivity, or I've fallen in love with the girl, or whatever it is. I want to take it to the next step. Now, if the girl's not there yet, but she's nearly there, as in, like, you know, she can smell it coming, you know, for her own goodness and wellness, well-being, everything, right? Positivity. She's not going to sidestep the issue with you, you know? She's going to turn and say to you, in fact, if anything, if you say to her, well, let's be exclusive, honey, okay? Well, that's good. If you say that, but if she's nearly there, she's not going to sidestep the issue. You know, she's going to go, oh, well, look, Pete, you know, I'm not there yet. I'll be honest. You know, and she's going to comfort you, if anything. You know, hey, look, I'm not seeing anybody else. I swear to God, or whatever. But if they start to, and so, like, she'll still stay in the pocket of the conversation. She's not going to fucking slip and slide and avoid. So, guys, well, my point here is, if they start to slip and slide and you are so fucking baffled coming out of the place and you go home going, what the hell was that? Are we even seeing each other? Are we going out with each other? What? What the hell? What? That means they have no fucking interest and they just want to keep you on the go, okay? Because if something, I'm always saying this, if something doesn't make sense, it does make sense because you just don't know the motivation behind what they want. So if it doesn't make sense to you, you just don't know what they want, guys. Okay? Very, very simple. People aren't fucking this complicated. We all break down to the same simplest of things. Okay, let's keep this going here. Inconsistent communication. They may disappear for extended periods of time, only to reappear with flimsy excuses. Well, like, I mean, where's this guy getting partner here with? Now, okay, this is an American news article, but seriously, lads, I used to live in LA here, okay? I know what people are in LA. They don't call somebody their partner if they're dating them 2 or 3 fucking times, because this is what this is sounding like. Like, they avoid discussions about they may disappear for extended periods of time, only to reappear with flimsy excuses. Well, like, depending on what you want, like, if you want somebody just around now and then, every now and then, and the person is literally coming back with flimsy excuses, or they're gone for loads of time, well then, okay, cool. Go right ahead. Fucking keep dating them. Who gives a shit, right? You shouldn't, and nobody should feel bad about that. Only to reappear flimsy excuses? Well, I mean, it depends on your conversation too. You gotta have a bit of communication here, right? If you don't want something serious, well then don't have something serious. Just fucking tell each other. Most important, you tell each other. Okay, number 4, unexplained changes in plans. Suddenly changes in plans or cancellations without clear reasons is also a red flag. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Number 5, mixed signals. You might feel like you're hanging by a string with your partner sending mixed messages about the nature of your relationship. Yeah, you see, this is what I was on about the mixed signal. Well, I was on about mixed signals there a few minutes ago. Like I said, guys, if something doesn't add up to you, if 2 and 2 equals 759,000, right? When it really should be so simple as 2 and 2 equals 4. It's because they're distracting you on purpose. On purpose. So always try and remember that, guys. If you get into a landmine of fucking confusion, a minefield of confusion, and let's be honest, we've all been there. Even like during the week, someone was trying to distract me with some bullshit and they were trying to blame me for something. And I have to admit, for about a day and a half, 2 days, it was so intense and heavy. I went, whoa, and I got caught up in the bullshit until I came back down to fucking planet Earth and I went, oh, Peter, you dickhead. But I got caught in the emotion. So, you know, guys, I'm not saying here I'm bulletproof here with this shit. No, because the emotion can be very, very heavy too. It took me a few days to figure it out, but I went, ugh. And it was all just one big smokescreen coffeehouse crap because the stuff that they were telling me had no illogical sense to anything they were fucking saying. Like nothing. Absolutely nothing. But it did make sense when I realized I didn't know the motivation, but what I did know was their side motivation was keep Peter the distraction so they can get out the fucking door squeaky clean. Cause a mess over here, I go out the back door over here. So I hope that helps, guys. And by the way, I learned this the really hard way. Alright, with one of my ex-girlfriends. So okay, let's back to this. Roaching can harm one's emotional well-being. No shit. Erode trust and cause psychological distress. Well, yeah. It often leads to feeling of inadequacy, betrayal and heartbreak, which can impede personal growth and future relationships. So hang on, buddy. Like, this guy's quite confusing. He's on about future relationships. So is this partner you're in a relationship with, this, as you call it, partner? But yet you're on about there a few minutes ago that these people would just disappear. Like, that sounds like somebody you've gone on 2 or 3 dates with. Like, guys, if you're in a situation where, let me just go scroll back up again. Like, if these people are just leaving on a whim, right? They come back with flimsy excuses. If they don't want to talk about exclusivity or commitment, how can you call them a relationship in the first place anyway? See, this is where I don't understand where this guy is going with this. Okay. Now, he continues on here. Number 1, a fear of intimacy and commitment. Roaching often stems from a fear of intimacy and commitment, wherein individuals are hesitant to become emotionally entangled or shoulder the weight of vulnerability that comes with committed relationships. Well, I'm going to stop you right there here. You know, this roaching thing, he's saying it stems from a fear of intimacy and commitment. No, I don't think so. I think there's people out there, women and men, that genuinely like to fuck around. Like to be single. Now, if you're going into a relationship, well then you're an asshole. But there's people that like to literally fuck around. Sleep with everybody they can. And hey, more power to them. But if you're in a relationship, well then you're an asshole. Okay? So I wouldn't say it all roaching stems from fear of commitment, guys. There's people out there that actually get off on cheating or being with other people. It's a thrill. Oh, am I going to get caught? You know? It can be a bit of a sick fucking world we live in, but this is the truth, guys. This is the truth. Now, okay, here's where this fucking thing gets warped. If you recognize this fear of intimacy and commitment in your own behavior, consider these healthy alternatives. I love this. I'm going to go straight to the punchline. If you want something more from this person, get the fuck out now. Run, abort, out of the plane, rescue mission. Get the fuck out of there instantly. You don't work on this relationship. Now, let's see what he says. Number 1, if you recognize these fear of intimacy and commitment, what you should do is, number 1, try and taking it slow. Allow your relationships to develop naturally by taking them at a comfortable pace. Research indicates that a slower relationship tempo leads to higher relationship quality. That's like saying that, oh, so you're to blame. Is that right? So that you're getting roached, but all of a sudden just take it slower. Like, do you know what's happening here? I know that if there's anybody that's listening to this right now, and if you're getting roached, okay, I guarantee you're feeling, oh, maybe I'm the one going too fast. And I bet you're starting to blame yourself. I fucking can see it a mile away. And like, this guy is trying to tell you how to fix a damaged car. This is like being in a car where you're going on a straight at 100 miles an hour, about to turn into a corner. The fucking 2 front wheels have fallen off. You're going to crash. And yet this guy's trying to tell you how to stay in the car and survive the crash. Or you could just jump out of the car. Like, I know that may sound a ridiculous comparison, but you know what I mean? Like, if you could just jump out of the car. Right now, okay, and you'd be safe. Okay. Whereas this guy's trying to tell you, stay in the car. Let's try and keep going with this. Actually, I just realized how stupid that comparison was. I'm sorry, guys. I'll try and think of something better. But you know what I mean? Like, you're trying to fix something that is unfixable. You're trying to put a ball into a square fucking shape. You're trying to put a square into a fucking circle shape. It ain't happening, buddy. It ain't happening. Here's number 2. Embrace vulnerability. Instead of avoiding commitment, work on embracing emotional vulnerability. Okay. Now look, I get it, okay? He's trying to just... He's being nice about this. Alright? He's being fucking nice. Now, embrace vulnerability. Look, guys, I don't care if you're the... Okay, here, I'm sorry, I'm getting interrupted. Instead of avoiding commitment, work on embracing emotional vulnerability. This involves addressing past traumas or attachment issues through therapy or self-reflection and learning to openly and honestly communicate with your partner about fears and insecurities. You see, I think this roaching business, I don't think it matters how fucked up you are to like somebody. Do you know what I mean? Like, again, look, maybe I'm reading this wrong, okay? I think I fucking have been reading this wrong, guys, and if I am, I'm sorry. I'm just very fucking confused where this guy's going with this, you know? Maybe this is the worst podcast I've ever done in my life. I don't know, guys, and if it is, I'm fucking sorry. Good God, it's been a long week. It's been a rough week. But, okay. Like, I think even the most fucked up people in the world, even though you could have a fear of getting close to somebody, even if you still want to be with the person, you still want to be with the person. I think that's always there, whether you're a fucked up person or you're not. The want and the lust or the need or the desire, the attraction is always there regardless of your hurt feelings. Does that make sense? Now, if you do start getting close, then all of a sudden maybe things will start popping up in your head going, I got dumped before, oh my god, oh, I can't get into this, okay, I'm too afraid, oh my god, oh, right? Then you might start freaking out. But the attraction to be with that person is always there. Do you get me? So, like, avoiding commitment, work on embracing emotional vulnerability. This involves addressing past traumas or attachment issues through therapy or self-reflection and learning to openly and honestly communicate with your partner about fears and insecurities. Well, I think people should go to a psychologist. Or maybe, like I'm saying, the attraction's there, guys, right? That's a given. Done. You start to freak out in your relationship. Yes, it can be because of trauma. You got fucked over in the past. Maybe you're not over your ex. Maybe you don't want to be over your ex and you're holding on for your dear life to your problems. Or maybe you don't actually want a relationship. And you feel guilty about maybe fucking someone over in another relationship, and that's why you don't want another one. Or maybe you just don't want one in general, and that's subconsciously you don't want a relationship, but you feel guilty. You feel guilty that you don't want a relationship because you want to be single and people might judge you that you're a whore, maybe. Or maybe you feel guilty about the other person. But consciously, you do jump into another relationship with somebody, but you know it's not going to go anywhere. And then all of a sudden these, quote, problems in your head start to fly up and you create them out of nowhere. So really you're not vulnerable. Really you're not scared of getting hurt. You've just created them because that's your ultimate perfect excuse to get out of the relationship. Okay? So subconsciously, you're not afraid, right? You just don't want a relationship, but you feel guilty that you don't want a relationship because some people will think you're a whore, or you fucked someone over in the past, but you don't want to live that way either. So that's why you put it to the back of your head, into your subconscious, stored away, tucked away. But our subconscious drives us in everything that we do. So therefore, you create this conscious, I'm afraid to get hurt, I'm afraid to get hurt. So therefore, you're a bit of a victim. You can feel better with yourself. You don't have to feel the guilt every day, day in, day out. And then, all of a sudden, before you know it, you're telling the person, sorry, look, I'm just not into this, I can't do this. And then that makes you feel a bit better about yourself. So you don't have to own up to the guilt. You don't have to own up to, oh my god, I'm a horrible person for fucking over Timmy there, or because I want to just go fuck everybody I see. Hope that makes sense, guys. Hope that makes sense. Okay. There's quite a little bit more, guys, here, right? But they're on about, build self-confidence and yeah, blah, blah, blah. Seek validation from within. Yeah, I mean, but she's like, this is a bit of show and tell here, right? Okay? He's telling you everything, but he's showing you nothing. Right? He's telling you everything, but he's showing you nothing. Like, he's telling you build self-confidence. Do you know how you build fucking confidence? Here's the way I see it. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but this fucking works for me. Confidence is built on respect for yourself. How do you get respect for yourself? You know how you really get respect? If somebody fucks you over, and we all feel, and by the way, I've been there too, you want to get revenge on that person, you go the complete opposite way. You actually give to them. If you can. Believe me, guys, I know it's very easy to say, right? Okay? But like, let's say you got cheated on in your past relationship. Go the 180 the next time. The next person that comes along, if you're feeling incredibly hurt and your ego's fucked, the next person that comes along, you be the most loyal person in the world ever. I know, I said this in a previous podcast. And if you do that, you'll realize, oh my God, I didn't give in to all this bullshit anger and cheat on the next person. I can actually get through this. Now you start to feel now you're patting yourself on the back. Now you've got some respect for yourself, and now that's where real fucking confidence comes from. Other stuff, short-term ones, climb a fucking mountain, that scares the shit out of you. Go bungee jumping, scares the shit out of you. They're also kind of like, I think, fuel-injected confidence boosts, right? That really can help you. But the real rooted best one is the respect one for yourself. That'll get you huge confidence, followed by stuff like facing your fear, the skydiving or wrapping a snake around your neck when you're terrified of the fucking things. Those tiny little things, they all add up. And the more you can add them up, the more confidence you'll have. The more confidence you'll have, the better you'll be able to face your fears of, let's say subconsciously you're afraid of getting fucking hurt, or you're feeling guilty that you fucked someone over. All of a sudden, you start respecting yourself. These will unlock naturally, I personally think anyway, they'll unlock naturally out of your subconscious, and they'll come into the forefront and conscious, and you'll start to think about them, but you'll have the respect and the courage to deal with them. Now guys, by the way, I'm no fucking maestro here. I'm not trying to come across like that. Believe me, I've got my own fucking insecurity shit to deal with too. And sometimes it can get overwhelming. It really can. And I'm being very serious, So I get it. And it's hard to jump in. But the more we push ourselves in a challenging task, mission, whatever it is, it doesn't matter whether we win or lose, we'll get confidence knowing that we fucking went for it. It's amazing how therapeutic going through the shit can be. Put yourself in the shit is the best medicine I can tell anyone. Doesn't matter whether you fucking win or lose. Anyway, guys, we kind of went off a bit of sidetrack there, and I feel like I'm speaking double Dutch here on the podcast today. I'm going everywhere. I think I'm kind of taking up that news article wrong. Quite honestly, I think the guy just confused me so fucking much at the start. He's calling them your partner, but then he's going on about relationships. But are they in a relationship, or is he on about the other person? Guys, I'm sorry. Look, listen, I hope I had made you at least laugh anyway if I'm sounding like a fucking lunatic here today. Yeah, I think we'll leave it here today, guys. Thanks, guys, and I'll be back again. Cheers. Peter. Wow.